Good morning. Welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. O'Don here, decorated all in the Santa hat. I think I got I don't even want to say what I'm going to do because G's going to bust mine. I'm going to say I had the ball in the wrong place, but then the G-Man's going to, oh, there we go. I don't know. I can't even see straight. So anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the big broadcast. A little after 7 o'clock here on the great East Coast of the United States. Welcome to the big broadcast here. Welcome. We're live streaming to a whole host of channels here. So I'll quickly run them down. So the Tri-State Traffic Show on Facebook, as well as the YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. We need all the subscribers we can get. So certainly do that. We're on my Instagram account now. We'll see if that works. O'Don Traffic at O'Don Traffic. We're on Christina's Facebook page, as well as the G-Man's Facebook page as well. So we got a lot of places that you can watch us here this morning. We're going to go till about 7:45, 7:50 here, about 45 minutes or so. So let me bring in the gang, the team here. First up is the G-Man. Good morning, my friend. Welcome to the broadcast. And there is Christina. Let me just bring the mute off. And hey. Hi.
Hello. Hello. Chris Kringle over there.
Hello.
In honor of the great Miyagi.
That's it, right? Karate Kid.
Waxing on and mostly waxing off today.
Exactly. Morning, guys.
Dude, I like the Christmas cheer, man.
Thank you.
I'm sort of wearing green. James is wearing green.
Yeah,
So
this
Thank
is
you.
actually green. Yeah, K-Bear's got Madonna green on. Madonna's version of green.
Madonna
it had to be, she was at just Barclays Center, so
That's it.
She's
Good
got the
old
matching neon,
I had to be bright. I had to invoke
leg
some
warmers.
sun because we've been having some trash weather
Exactly.
lately.
What are you,
Yeah.
Tom Cutlets?
Tommy Cutlets, yeah.
What's with the weather?
Like
What's
Tommy
up,
Cutlets.
Cutlets? Cutlets doesn't like it.
I think he woke up on the wrong side of the bed the other night or the other day. He got
No.
waxed.
Yeah, we
Got
changed his
it.
name Sunday to Scrambled Eggs, right?
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. The hits just keep coming. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Eventually, he was going to get shellacked at some point.
Yeah.
You knew that they were gunning for him, too. In
Yeah.
fact, as New Orleans was doing every time they sacked him, it was like 5-6 times or something like that. They really rang his bell pretty good,
Yeah, they did.
But all right, so let's get to it, G. A little cold out here this morning, so this is the kind of little bit. Well, I got 29 here. It's cold.
That's cool. You like Jack Frost. You shouldn't address the Santa. You're Jack Frost.
That's right. I got the window open
in the winter.
Got the window open. So, so we're gonna let's run down for everybody's because the audience is starting to pile in here, which is great. So we're gonna do a little weather. Gonna do a little bit of traffic, and then K-Bear is going to do a couple headlines. We're going to talk about that. We got some entertainment stuff. We get to our sponsors. I'll put the crawl on here in a second as G is doing some weather. Yes, take it away, G. It's definitely a little cool out there.
A little nippy outside here.
Let me make sure I bring your screen in. So if you want to bring up the maps here.
First, let's talk about the flooding still going on in North Jersey, right?
Yeah.
So it's just been, crazy. They had over 5 inches of rain there.
Yeah.
So it's really, Millstone River, Passaic River, Pompton River, all those rivers in North Jersey. And of course, we had that house fire up there yesterday in around, I think it was Little Falls. So that whole Wayne area, I think the kids have been out of school in Wayne because they've had a flood emergency for 2 days. So I think they're coming back today. Not Wayne, I'm sorry, Patterson. So we'd have to check in with Mayor Saya. I'm sure he'd be happy to come on our show. So
I'm sure he would too. Yeah,
perhaps he could fill us in more so on that, or he can chime in as well. But I think they go back to school today. So Rockaway River has been problematic. Flood warnings remain in effect. At Rockaway River at Booton below the reservoir. I'm just scrolling through all of these. The Passaic River, major flooding still in the forecast. Thankfully, most of these rivers have crested. But if you're in northern, particularly northwest Jersey, it was a heck of a storm for you, unfortunately. And again, with over 5 inches of rain, it has been super problematic. And most of those flood warnings are still in North Jersey, extending as far south as really Somerset County. That's about the southern extent of it. So again, if you're in some of those floodwaters, don't walk through them. Obviously, that is some nasty, nasty water contaminated with debris and things of that nature. So just dangerous stuff. So stay safe in that portion of New Jersey. Unfortunately, it's a lot of the usual suspects. So you kind of, unfortunately, I've become accustomed to what to do in those situations, and that is not good. All right, so let's check out some temps across the area, because you're waking up and you're going, yikes, it is chilly this morning here. So again, some of the numbers here, those are actually highs from yesterday. Bear with me for a second here. So those are the regional roundup here. So numbers this morning are definitely chilly. We're down into the 20s this morning. So it is definitely chilly this morning. It's chilly.
Somebody's had some coffee. Wow.
I want what you're having.
Exactly. G-Man's all tuned up. It's only 7:06.
Chilly this morning. 29 now. 29 here, guys, at my at Mi Casa this morning. So
Okay.
I want to go to the list, and I can't there.
Well, looking at that 29 too, it was a little, I don't want to say it felt a little humid last night, but I mean, there could be a little black ice out there in certain spots, entrance, exit ramps, that kind of stuff. So
Did you say humid? Humid, actually, Don? Was it?
He did say. I think he did say humid.
It's a humid.
We're gonna.
I do traffic, not weather. But I mean, my windshield had like some moisture on it. Maybe it's just my crazy car or whatever.
I think so. I think it's your 1987 Yugo that needs a new windshield.
Yugo.
Anyway,
the Yugo Premier. Come on, get it right.
I digress. Sussex at 27 this morning, guys. Alair's at 27. So the boys are already lighting up my phone like, it's cold this morning. Yeah, we know that. Somerville at 29. Excuse me, Andover at about 27 this morning as well. So again, light little wind, good radiational cooling last night. Numbers dipping down, and it's definitely cold here this morning for sure. So again, you got to bundle up, warm up the car. If you're fortunate enough to have a remote start, hit it for a couple minutes this morning, and
those are key.
Those are key. Yeah, actually, remember the old school ones you had on the remote? You actually you could start it from the key fob. Now most of those are all app based. Mine's off the app, so
right.
I could be laying in bed, and as long as my phone's there, I could start it.
From the Viper remote.
The Viper.
Stand away from there. I had there was somebody at Seton Hall I went to, right, and this guy was, he had a it was a Z28, right? I don't think it was an IROC. It wasn't an IROC. It was a Z28. It was like a 91 or whatever. And this guy had all the bells and whistles, right? It was brand new, tinted windows, right? The whole deal. But he had the alarm. So when you got close enough to the car, it was like, step away from the vehicle. It was like,
yeah.
Things started
like
beeping.
Knight Rider.
Yes, exactly. Lights going off, beeping and blinking. It was insane. I still to this day don't know how it knew it back then in 1991, how it knew that you were that close to the car. But that was wow, yeah. The Viper remote, get away from Viper. Exactly, Viper.
It's good stuff.
Pattern is
long live the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm gonna go like 12.
All right, let me do a little quick hit here. I'm dying here.
Smooth.
Well, that's one of the things we can talk about in a couple of minutes. Unfortunately, COVID is starting to come back around again, rearing its ugly head here for the winter. So we got 94 shut down both ways by North Church Road in Hardiston. That's a crash with injuries. So hopefully everyone was okay there, but that's a shutdown. Again, getting up to Sussex County, you could see maybe a little bit of that black ice here this morning. Tunnelly Avenue in Jersey City, you got the traffic light down there just past 139. That's a covered roadway there in Jersey City, so you got to watch for that. We've got 31, a fuel spill and a crash there in Oxford Township. That's at Warren County. All lanes are shut there. Truck fire on the Parkway, entrance ramp, Frank Sinatra service area. That's down by Atlantic City. So that's why trucks are allowed. That's why they're saying truck fire. And wow, the list is pretty full here. Emergency construction, outer roadway. That will be the truck lanes going south of 10 at Edison down through 9. So the right lane is closed there. Let me just quickly check the flooding issues, what we got closed still. So it's 46 eastbound, just past the Willowbrook Mall. The Willowbrook Mall got hit pretty hard with flooding as well. And then both ways at 20 out in up in Patterson there. Also some flooding there, shutting things down. And I think it's up by about 5th Avenue. And some icing here on 70 in Lakewood. That's interesting. All lanes are open, but the ramp is closed. How is that open and the ramp is shut? I'm not sure. But but there is some icing there. So that's probably in that, I don't know, the Pine Barrens or whatever, right? I mean, Lakewood, that section, maybe a little chillier down that way.
Yeah, definitely. Radiation and cooling. I showed you Alair was a 27. So some of the chillier parts, some of the chillier numbers. I haven't seen a number lower than 27 this morning. So
Wow.
you get into the
Wow.
Pine Barrens, you get into the
Mhm.
woods,
Yep.
Wharton State Forest, areas like that. It's cold this morning.
Yeah, good.
That's crazy.
All right, Case, let's go through some of the
Yeah, I mean, you're
stories here.
talking about the flooding still, James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne declared a state of emergency because of all the water they're having. So it's crazy because I feel like we've had heavy rains before, but now it's like it just seems like it keeps getting worse and worse. Like, how was that storm worse than what we've recently had?
Right.
Mm.
You remember with Isaias and some of the other storms where we had 5, 6, 7 inches of rain.
Yeah.
It does seem like these events are
weird.
more frequent. It by far was the biggest storm of 23, certainly the biggest storm of the fall. Wind-driven rain, you had wind speeds of 50 miles an hour. I had a wind gust here at my house at 51. Thankfully, we didn't lose power, but the previous week we lost power twice I still don't know why. So anyway, I digress again. So, so thankful that we had power. Lots of folks still don't have power. I know they were actually putting in a new power pole in Colts Neck on Phalanx Drive yesterday. They got the pole in. They seemed to sister it to the other pole, but there were still streets and sections of Colts Neck that didn't have power. And I'm kind of like, why? I mean, I thought it was the pole that was the problem, but apparently it wasn't. So there's still issues. So I think JCP&L still has outages this morning. So but you're right. I mean, the flooding concerns, flooding issues seem to just keep getting worse.
Worse every storm, it seems like. You're seeing these catastrophic results, and it's like, what? It wasn't a hurricane by any means.
Right.
It wasn't.
Right.
So it's interesting. And I remember saying to my husband, I was like, can you imagine if all this rain was snow?
Right. But here's the thing, right? So that's the misnomer. It wouldn't have been that much because for it to have been snow, it wouldn't have been 60 degrees out. Because it was 60 degrees out, that led to even more moisture because warm air holds more moisture. So if the temperature were half that, it wouldn't have held that much moisture. If it didn't hold that much moisture, we wouldn't have got as much snow. So it's not a apples to apples equation in that instance. Then it's more like an apples to oranges. So yes, on the face of it, if we had gotten that much moisture in the form of snow, it would have been like 3 feet. But that wouldn't have been, that equation. That equation is not an equal thing. It's more like a differential equation, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
We're not getting a white Christmas though this year because it's so warm outside, right? Like, I feel like that's far gone. Like, we're never really going to get it.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it could still happen, but we'll get to maybe our last weather hit. We'll talk about the Christmas forecast, which is good. I mean, the last couple of years we were close to 60. I remember we had a breezy 60-degree day for Christmas Day. We're not going to have that, but we're certainly going to have a mild day, which is great.
Crazy.
So great for travel, great for all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Not good if you want a white Christmas,
Yeah.
It's like a Hawaiian Christmas. But I mean,
Hawaiian Christmas.
with
This Hawaii Irish.
I know, right?
What's the song? Hawaiian Christmas song.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I don't know. You've been to Hawaii more than I have, G, so I don't know. Oh gosh,
we're gonna have to ask
Robin.
the boys. Yeah, exactly.
With the flooding, I think some of it, at least where I am here in Union County, is that the ground was a little bit saturated from the weekend before, and now also in the river, you've got a lot of all the leaves are down. So all the leaves, where are they going? They go on the river, so it just just clogs up the rivers and things like that. So. River down by me here was moving pretty good. Yeah, I mean, and again, that was not only about halfway through the event. So, I mean,
for sure. I mean, you get everything that drains into it.
And the drain.
Case point is, how come over the last several years, it seems like every one of these events produces pretty significant, if not catastrophic flooding in spots. And, I just think the storms are holding more moisture. They occur with warmer temperatures is one factor, but it's multifactorial. I don't think you could put your finger on just one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm sure the flood insurance industry probably likes it. It's probably spurring more folks getting flood insurance.
Yeah.
Whole house backup generators.
Seriously.
Backup generators. Yeah, my parents lost power too. So that's a huge thing. And some of the other flooding concerns is that there are places that have never gotten water that are starting to get water.
Right.
And it's like trying to figure out where that's coming from or how that's even possible. Backyards flooding, basements getting some water, that kind of thing. So whereas houses have never had it in 80 years or whatever the house is there.
Yeah, it's
you're
pretty
getting
terrible.
water. Yeah. So we'll just have to see. Let's run down a few of the comments here. We got a couple here, just to say people saying hello here. So we got Anna saying, Buenos dias from Homedale. Good morning to you.
Holla.
Alexander from East Rutherford. Good morning. Jill says, good morning there. Jessica says, good morning from Howell. Mike is chiming in here saying the gang is back. Yes, we are. So good to see you. We've got a nice little audience coming in here now. So it's 7:16.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Kristen says, good morning. Let's see here. Charles says, good morning, James and News 12 New Jersey. All right. Sister Cindy says, thanks. You are amazing. Wow. Very nice. Good
Very
comments here. Heather, this is G-Man. There he is. All those fans. Yeah. Dory Horek Rachel says, good morning. Sleevy G, we know this guy. Guys, we'll have you all on the Sleevy G show soon. We'll see if we can make something happen there. Kimberly says, good morning from Hillsboro. We're an island and it was crazy. Good to see you all.
Yeah.
Not sure what that means, but
I think she's talking about the flooding, maybe. Maybe
okay.
by,
Yeah.
So glad she's okay.
Let's see.
Nice hat on.
Okay, very nice. And Dory says, nice streaming. And our buddy here, Justin, says, good morning, folks. Now that kind of leads us into a
Justy G.
Justy G.
Justy G, yeah. So
Justy G.
So Justin works at Philadelphia, and this is why I'm bringing this rolling into the story. Unfortunately, we have to talk about this, but so he works at Philadelphia, Channel 10. Unfortunately, last night, ABC 6, their helicopter went down in, I guess that would be the Pine Barrens, that section down that way.
I think it was actually part of the Wharton State
Forest.
Wharton State Forest, yeah. So, okay, I don't know if you have anything more on that at all, or I just heard it this morning when I got up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know.
They were coming back from they were doing a piece along the Jersey Shore. They have not released their names yet, but it was a photographer and the pilot. They don't obviously know. They haven't released names. They don't know why it went down, or it happened a little bit after 8 o'clock. So they had just wrapped up and they were heading back to, the heliport. And, I guess they got the word that they went down, and I don't know what the conditions were like. I can tell you, and Don, you can speak on more on this now. I used to fly the Pix 11 chopper as a backup reporter. And, there were days where we would have to land the chopper because one thing goes wrong and it's like an emergency kind of deal.
Sure.
You forget how susceptible you are in those things. And I'm a bad flyer as it is. Like, I was not comfortable in a commercial airline. And so I flew with a great crew. Shout out to Ed and Chet. Those guys were amazing. But at the same time, when you think about the grand scheme of things, the helicopters are not necessarily as safe as obviously as the commercial airlines. So, it's just a really sad story, and it just our condolences go out to their families.
Totally.
And it's part of the news family, So
exactly, really, gives you an eye opener when you see things like this. I mean, fortunately, these kind of accidents don't happen frequently.
No.
Now, again, we certainly don't know whether it was mechanical or it was medical,
weather related, or
related, medical emergency. Pilot, not quite sure, but I do know, again, I don't know what the company was, because a lot of these news channels, they lease these things out to different companies or whatever. But as everybody knows, I do currently fly for Air 11 and Chopper 880 as well. But it's a very tight knit community. I'm sure a lot of the folks here in Linden probably know them. I'll just put it that way. It's such a close community, and the parameters, I think, have changed over the years as far as even just weather related. I mean, they're really strict as far as it has to be the right conditions to even try. They won't even go up.
Absolutely,
which is great to see. And I've seen the pre-flight checks. I mean, the mechanics are amazing. I mean, everybody's amazing. But sometimes, unfortunately, these things do happen, and we'll follow the details as they come in. So again, whether it's mechanical, weather, I mean, there could be a whole host of related things. You don't know what the situation was until we get all the facts. But certainly, thoughts and prayers, as they say, for everybody, their families, and so forth, and the whole Channel 6 news team down there. It's one of the biggest stations in the country.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Pretty much the
Really good
market leader
people.
in Philly.
Yeah.
TBI.
yeah.
So,
So,
sad story this morning for sure.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
forget it, it's a dangerous.
It's
That is not the
dangerous.
first news helicopter crash. I mean,
No.
thankfully they
No.
are few and far between.
Yeah.
Remember WNBC's chopper? I don't know if it was Kai Simonson.
It
or
was.
who-
It was Kai. He
Yeah.
hit
right,
a
who
building.
put it
Yeah.
put it on the roof, and
Yeah.
thankfully, I don't think there were any injuries with that.
No,
But,
no,
Yeah.
miraculously, and I think he was in a couple of
yeah,
either crashes or close calls before
Mhm.
that, and
Yeah.
I think that after that one, he kind of was like, "All right, let me take a
Yeah.
break for a minute."
Right.
Let me.
I think Andrew Torres was the one. I think he was in Chopper 4 that went over Brooklyn and hit the
Yeah.
building and then flipped
Right.
over in that
Right.
driving video that was actually caught, I think, from Channel 7. They were
Yeah.
over it and they saw it go down, and it was starting to land, and then the things just went catastrophically wrong. Thankfully, they survived, but I know the pilot was pretty
Injured.
seriously injured. I think Andrew was not. So,
Yeah.
but it's a different lifestyle, it's a different business, and I think maybe as going forward, maybe things change. I don't know if we go to things like drones. I mean, drones are good for point of sight. We're actually on the scene,
Mhm.
as we all saw from our previous employers, but but on an ongoing basis to actually fly them with no pilots, I don't know. I don't think we're there yet. That could
Right.
be 20 years in the future, with my nephews and things like that. But
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I don't know. Fortunately, these things don't happen very often, but when they do, they hit hard. So
Yeah, it's tough, especially the timing right before the holidays, and
oh
it's
yeah,
just
sure.
that I've done a couple of rotations through ABC6,
Yeah.
filling in as a freelancer, and it's
Yeah.
just such a tight knit community
Mhm.
as a whole. So,
Right.
yeah, a huge loss, and just
Yeah.
really sad
Mm.
to hear.
Exactly. So what else you got, Kay? Anything else cooking here around the Garden State?
So I know we mentioned a little bit of snow, which doesn't seem like we're getting for a while, James.
Oh, the
I would not
chagrin.
personally be
Dude, that was
mad.
a little bit of snake eye she just gave you. Did you see that? She
Yeah,
was
right.
like,
I personally wouldn't be mad if we didn't get any snow again this year, but I know that's a
Mm.
really controversial topic because there's a lot of people who love the snow, and obviously some businesses rely on snow.
sure. Yeah.
But there was an article out recently that showed that despite the law in New Jersey, because it is a law, you have to clear the snow from the roof of your car,
Correct.
Mhm.
right? And
Right.
you will get ticketed if they catch you. That's a whole other story if they do have it
Correct.
controlled. But there's a study out saying that you shouldn't right away. And I
Why?
thought that was very interesting. And the reason they gave this is from travelers.com. And they said the reason they gave was because when you're pushing that snow off the top of the roof of your car, right? You're using either a scraper or a brush or something. They're saying those little bristles or the scraper could get into the paint of your car
Mhm.
and potentially
Scratch it.
cause scratches and
Yeah.
then cause rust and damage to your car.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, I see that. I think the way to do that then is leave a very thin layer of snow or something else on there, so you don't actually
Right.
in contact
Right.
with the paint,
Right.
and just so you don't have 8 inches of snow flying off your car.
Well, that's the thing,
Right.
and people, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I don't know why. It just makes me so angry when it's
Right.
like I just spent a half hour cleaning off my stupid car,
Yeah.
and I see somebody flying down the turnpike with 8 inches of snow on the top, and it's
Yeah.
just
Wait,
Oh,
you're saying
drives
that
me
people
crazy.
actually speed on the turnpike?
Really? Oh,
Breaking
oh.
news.
Breaking news.
People go
On the
fast on the
turnpike.
turnpike.
Yeah,
were-
and I know the ticket is a couple $100, Don. I
I don't know. It seems
remember.
like every ticket.
Oh yeah,
It's
I-
got to be. It's like $80 just to drive into Manhattan now.
Just
so
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
right.
forget
exactly.
that.
I mean, look, I mean, the worst offenders are the tractor trailers because they
Right.
can't. I mean,
Yes.
how are you going to get up there? And again, I've always thought, maybe I'm just always scheming to make a quick buck. I don't know, but if there was some way that you could put something on top of the trailer itself, almost like a defroster, like a blanket or something
Something.
like that, and it's on the side of the tractor trailer, and when they're at the loading dock or whatever, you just plug it in and it just heats up. I mean, you really only have to get it up to 40 degrees or whatever is above freezing just to keep
Push it
whatever
off.
is falling from the sky from just kind of melting on contact, and then you
Yeah.
wouldn't have to worry about that stuff being
Yeah.
blown all over the place.
We
Yeah.
can put that on the roof of the Jimmy Don corn truck.
That's the heat from the roasters, right? The roasted corn.
Exactly.
I really think
Exactly.
you guys should do that as a side hustle. Start a food truck, call it Jimmy Don's, and just sell
Yep.
corn dogs.
I
Yep.
think Dizzle would look great, like missing a tooth or whatever. you
Yeah,
know,
there you
it's
go.
got like a piece of
Missing
corn
the
in there.
tooth.
Or like a
Corn
little
cob
piece of
pipe.
hay. Shoot it.
You on the surfboard, you're like,
Exactly.
He'll be like, yeah.
We
Totally.
haven't quite refined our niche yet, so
Yeah. You kind
Exactly.
of have to work on that idea a little bit.
Exactly.
Jimmy Don's. I like
Jimmy
the,
Don.
I like the ring to it though.
It does.
Possible.
It is. I think. Well, you came up with that. Again, we were just scheming, just in the misery of whatever a day here, a day there, or whatever it is. Just the
I
whatever it
could
is.
see you guys down the shore selling corn dogs. I can
Yeah.
definitely see.
Totally.
Another story that caught my
Yeah.
eye too. Do you remember the last week the bull that wreaked
Oh
havoc?
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, so now this is actually a really cool story. NJ Transit is selling a stuffed bull. His name is Ricardo. They named him.
Nice.
He's now living his best life at the
Game sanctuary or wherever the
Yeah.
heck he is, right?
Sussex County or something like that.
So for the holidays, they're selling a stuffed little plushie of Ricardo, and all of the proceeds actually go to Skylands, which is where he's
Oh,
now
nice.
living.
Oh, nice. Very
Um,
nice.
Good idea.
So it's really cute. Check it out. NJ Transit has it,
That's-
and he's got a little scarf on. It's actually
That's
kind of brilliant marketing, to be
That
honest.
Right?
is.
I
That
was-
might be
I was-
better than the Hess toy truck.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously,
Put that
because
in
it's
the
one of a
stocking stuffer.
kind. It's New Jersey based.
Totally.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was about ready to say that that's probably the fastest thing that's ever moved through the state government in any capacity was the
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, that thing looked like it was up on the website in like 48 hours. Like, who came up with that
Yeah.
genius? I mean, like, how would they even know to even get the doll, let alone it was a bull or whatever, and have a bull
It's-
doll? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
geez, my goodness.
Yeah,
Guys,
so it goes
all-
back to the sanctuary where he's now having the time of his life,
Is that the
escaping.
one that John Stewart runs?
Yes,
or that's-
yeah,
It
yeah.
is. Okay.
So it goes back to his care and some of
Mhm.
the other animals. But that whole sanctuary too. Like I remember being a reporter in New York City, and there was a there was a loose one on the Deegan,
A
and it
loose
was like
Oh, geez.
it just wreaked havoc. And it's like, do they know? Do they know they're escaping? Like their
Yeah. Yeah.
immediate death? And so here they're brilliant. And so now he wreaked havoc on NJ Transit, and now he's
Now
Yeah.
he's run to freedom. All I'm gonna say is this: you mess with the bull, you get the
Get the
horns.
horns. It's
Do
coming.
it.
It's coming.
do it.
You knew it was coming.
Set
Hey,
ourselves
so
up.
to case point, I
Yeah.
think those stories are so fun because it's such a juxtaposition. It's such a
Yeah.
anomaly. Like you don't expect a bull to be running on the train
Right.
tracks, or you don't expect a bull to be running on the major Deegan. So you think of this urban environment, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden you have a little bit of Apalachicola running down the street. You know, so
Apalachicola. Jeez.
The
Apalachicola. Oh, my
whatever.
The
You just
videos
like saying
too.
Apalachicola. Holy
I don't know,
cow.
it just popped
The
in.
amount of like the social media, right? Like nowadays, like everybody had videos of this thing
Right.
just like
Mhm.
chilling in the tracks. Like
Right.
just
I still want to know where. Well, first of all, it came from the slaughterhouse in Newark, but I
Yeah.
still want to know how it ended up because in Newark Penn Station, because it was in Penn Station, like the actual station.
yeah.
That's elevated. How the hell did the thing climb up? Like, where was there a grade to get up? I mean, you couldn't even do that if you wanted to, if you're a person. I mean, it's like, there's like elevated, there's no like hills, or maybe there is. I don't know. I don't know how the hell the
I
thing
don't
got up.
know. Yeah.
You know?
You see the headlines and you're like, what?
It's great. We love those stories.
Oh my
Love those
gosh.
stories. Too.
Total water cooler story.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else you got, Kay? Anything else? Or,
So you'll like
come
this
up
one.
with something?
The
Yeah.
new Whitney Houston rest stop has
Oh,
opened
yeah, sure.
officially.
Mhm.
Obviously named after the late great singer of New Jersey here,
Mhm.
and it took them a few years to get this accomplished, to get it in her name. Obviously, they named a bunch of them
Mhm.
after some New Jersey celebs.
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out where exactly. Oh, Vauxhall Service Area, Garden State
Vauxhall
Park.
Server, yeah, that's in Union. So Vauxhall is a
Yeah.
section of Union. So it's just
Makes
before
sense.
78 and exit 142.
Right.
before the
You
toll
know,
plaza,
she's
yeah.
Newark
That's
native,
Disneyland
obviously.
right there.
That's it.
They closed recently the Bon Jovi one that they had just recently opened, and they're doing like refurbishments already at some
Wow.
of these
Okay.
locations. But yeah, so hers is officially open. They have all these like factoids and all these cool little plaques
Cool.
and stuff. Really cool. I mean, I remember when they were coming up with the idea of like who to name them after.
Sure.
So that's I still think they should have one for Danny DeVito because he's a New
Danny
Jersey
DeVito.
Yeah, I think so. That's a good one. Or Jack
Um,
Nicholson, or
yeah, there's still
yeah,
so many that I mean, how many rest stops do we have? I don't know, but,
right,
you know,
right. Because most
I
of the
would say
ones
she
in
was
the
a good choice.
yeah, most of the ones at the Turnpike are named after historical figures like
Yeah,
Alexander Hamilton or
right.
Kilmer, or
Vince Lombardi.
Vince
yeah, Vince
Lombardi.
Lombardi.
Yeah,
Sure. I don't know
which has
if
been closed forever, right? Is that even open yet, or
I don't
did
even
it
know.
no, I think it's
is it
open.
open?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's open. But the Parkway ones, like you said, you're right. It did take them a while to figure out who they're going to name him
right.
after. And not saying some interesting choices, but maybe I will say it. I mean, there's one for
Say
Connie.
it.
I
Say it.
will.
Twist your hat all up and say
Twist my hat up.
it.
Yeah, I don't know
Get
if
your
somebody
hat all
in the,
twisted. Get on with your bad self.
dude. I don't know if somebody in the news director's office saying, "Don't say that. Don't do that. What are you doing? Tune out numbers. Look out." And we're gonna get sued. I better shut
Jizzle
my
got his
mouth.
hat twisted.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. But I mean, Connie Chung. Well, the
Yeah.
first thing that comes to my mind is like, I mean, I lived here all my life as UFK. It's like I didn't even realize Connie Chung was from New Jersey,
I didn't
let alone
either.
the name of rest area after
Yeah,
her. But
yeah.
look, well deserved, yeah. But I just feel like there's other. I'm not sure. I don't know. You can go a million ways Saturday with this thing, and figuring it out. But I had no idea Connie Chung was even from New Jersey. In fact,
Yeah.
that I believe is the southbound Parkway. Used to be the old Brookdale service area in.
Yeah.
I guess that's wow. I guess it's Nutley, Bloomfield. It's right in the border there. The other side is Larry Doby, which we know is from New Jersey, and then further
Right.
up is Gandolfini. And then I think it's Whitney Houston, then it's Bon Jovi, and then the one down by Eugene Monmouth, I think is
Right.
is that I don't know what that one is. That Judy Bloom or
Oh, yeah. I think
Yeah.
it is. I think it
yeah,
is Judy Blume.
and then the Sinatra is down in Atlantic City. That's that one there, and I think
Yeah, makes
I don't
sense.
know if I think there's one more rest area further south, but I don't know who that one is. Maybe it's I don't even know. But
Yeah.
but it's interesting because in the traffic world where we're so used to saying the names of the actual rest areas when actually
Yeah, it's
now you're
weird.
saying, it's out by Whitney Houston. It's like what are you
It's
talking about?
weird. Yeah, the John Bon Jovi rest area. No, that's always going to be what is it? The Cheesequake or
It's like,
which
yeah.
Right.
is that
Yeah.
what used to be? But I used to say cheesecake sometimes. So
This is
one
true.
half
I
doesn't
think
the
I've
other.
said it a few times myself. It's
Yeah.
it's a tongue
Um,
twister, that one there.
Yeah. So, it's fun. I think
Yeah.
all in all, it's fun. And it's,
Uh-huh.
gives a little shout outs to our famous Jersey roots here.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, it's definitely a Jersey thing. So let's do this. Let's say hello to a few more people here. We'll do a quick sponsor hit here, and then we'll come back and let you do another weather. Let's see what we got here. We've got Tina is saying good morning. So good morning, Tina. Roll into Shari. Good morning from Point Pleasant. Very nice. Yeah, again, you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, K's Facebook, G's Facebook page. So leave us a message here. Tell us where you're watching us from, because we're trying to get an idea of where our audience is coming from. Let's see here. I'm sorry. So Sherry says crazy waves from the storm here on Point Pleasant. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I saw something. Was it on your Facebook page? You were saying it was like 18, 20-foot waves?
Yeah,
Is that-
18 to 20-foot faces. That's one of the great discussions. The Hawaiians use a different scale to measure waves. They measure from the back. We often measure the face of the wave. So, somebody will say, oh, it's head high. Oh, it's 6 foot. It's 8 foot. Somebody else might say, oh, no, that's only chest high. Or, oh, no, that's only 3 foot Hawaiian. So, but yeah, if you look at the face of the wave, they were legit 15 to 20-foot faces.
So when you say face, what does that mean? I don't know.
So it's like
what that
you're
means.
looking
up
out
to
to
your
the
face?
ocean. If you're looking out on the ocean, the
Okay.
part that's literally breaking,
So it's
coming up,
okay. All
curling,
right.
and breaking. The Hawaiians will measure the wave height from the back, from the
Oh, I
water
see.
level
Okay.
up high.
Okay,
back.
I see. Okay.
Huh.
But 18 foot, that's pretty high. That's a
It's
pretty
huge.
Jersey.
That's
Yeah.
a thing.
Some said, it's the biggest they've seen. Some would say it's the biggest they've seen in years. Some say they have seen bigger, but it's one of the, I would say, top 5 biggest swells we've seen in
Wow.
50 years.
Any of your boys riding them this last couple
Couple
days?
of them, yeah. There were some good photos, none of my crew per se paddled out. I certainly didn't paddle out, but I did post some pictures that a buddy took. And
I saw that picture. That was wild. That was like,
those
holy-
pictures had something ridiculous, like 1,300 shares.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Just
Wow.
insane
Yeah.
traction.
Isn't our buddy Donahue, Brian, isn't he a surfer too?
Yeah.
I wonder if he was out there or not.
What's
We gotta
the
try to get
water temperature though? Like that's got to be
in the
painful.
40s, right?
Yeah. it's cold, so that's the other thing that makes it that much harder. The swell of
Yeah.
that size, water moving around, and you're wearing a full 5 mil winter wetsuit, boots, gloves, you got your hood up.
No.
So your mobility is restricted a little bit in a 5 mil. It's a decent amount of rubber. So makes it more challenging for sure. That the cold water makes it more challenging, more potentially, dangerous.
Wow. Wow. Let me bring in Lori. Yeah, let me bring in Lori here. So this is what happens when you leave no green space. Wayne is a mess. That's the flooding.
Yeah.
That's a whole other debate for a whole other show at another time. But all these apartments and all this other stuff. It's just warehouses all over the place. So but that's a debate for a different program.
Yeah.
Good morning from South Plainfield, says Stephanie. Sherry says, good morning. Good to see the three of you together. Thank you. Susan says, good morning. And I'm going to mess this up. Is that
a doobie?
Okay. A doodle. You want a doobie? Wait, we can make this show really interesting. Anna says, what's the definition of speeding on the turnpike? I was going 80 and getting past as if I were going slowly at 20. Yeah, it's
pretty much.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. It's like, man, how much faster do you want me to go? It's not the Autobahn. Give me a break.
Exactly.
Yeah. Rosemarie says, Ken. I'm not sure what that means.
Kay was kicking the 4-cylinder. She's like, this is only a 4-cylinder. This ain't no turbo.
I'm in my little Camry.
Exactly. This thing ain't got no Hemi in it. Come on now.
Hybrid? What is that?
I was doing 64 in my Prius. And I don't know what the problem is.
My 98 Prius with 80 horsepower in it, right? As you say, G, my 97, my 87 Yugo, whatever. It's got like 14 horsepower. It's a lawnmower engine. Janine says, so nice to see the three of you. We go to Dave here, says, good morning from work in Jackson. Nice. A lot of down the shore folks here. Kellyanne Roberts says, good morning. Dave says, and a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you. Let's see here. Janine is saying, good morning to all. Great to see you. So enjoying the show. Great way to start my birthday. Hey, happy birthday.
Happy
birthday. Absolutely. Good morning from Manahawkin, says Linda. Sleepy G says, Celia Cruz, I think is the furthest south. Parkway. Yeah. Good call, Sleepy G. Very nice. Let's see here. Kimberly says, you're all great together. Loving it. Very nice. Kristen says, good morning. So happy to find you again. I miss you all. We miss you too. You can find us here. Kristen from Forked River. Very nice. Let's see here. Jerry says, good morning from Wall. Kimberly dialing in here from Hillsboro. Sammy says, good morning from Manalapan.
Hey.
We got Old Bridge here.
Nice.
Diane and Skip. And we've got Dana says, good morning from South Plainfield. So that's one of the comments there for right now. What's that?
Danny.
Danny
or Danny?
Okay.
Not Danny. Danny.
Danny.
Give me Danny. Well, it could be.
I don't know. I guess it could, right?
So we got one more here. Maria, good morning, watching from Ogdensburg, New Jersey, Sussex County. Yeah, I was up that way at my niece's play in Sussex at the Cornerstone Theater. And
cute.
Yeah, very nice section of the state up there. All right, so let's do this. Let's bring in our sponsors here this morning. So, G, I'm going to let you do Eastern Millworks first because I got to get some water because I'm falling off here. So, let me just hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me bring this in. I got to put this up here in order to get to the logo.
There it is. So, Eastern Architectural Millwork. So we thank them. We also have Eastern Fiberglass, Eastern, as well as millwork. We've got exteriors as well. So the affiliated families of Eastern, as well as Visor pergolas. So you can finish off your whole project with a great Visor pergola, a mechanical pergola, with the louvers open and closed, which is that'd be really nice when you want them open and when you want them closed. So good stuff there.
Very nice. Yeah. And you'll see their information at the bottom on the crawl here this morning. So we thank Eastern Architectural Millworks for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. Also our friends at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, 22 North Avenue West in Cranford, New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Ralph will be closing up shop come Christmas Eve. He's going to take a couple months off and recharge, refocus, and come back to it probably sometime in March. So get your ice cream fix on there. Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery.com is the website. You can check out the hours and the flavors here for the best ice cream in the tri-state area. We also thank our friends over at the Shave Cave, 1471 Rant Road in Clark, New Jersey, conveniently located off the Garden State Parkway. Exits 135, 136. Either one will do. That will get you there. No problems for your shaves. G-Man's shaves.
My fade. I need a fade, right?
Fade.
I got to be like all the cool kids.
Exactly. So we thank our friends over at the Shave Cave. Also, my good friend Darley Newman travels to Darley, great travel program on New Jersey PBS, as well as PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonder Innovation TV's Journey. Check her season 11 debut beginning in the middle of January. She also has a program. Try to get that put that up on social. I think it's January 17th at Smithsonian Associates. She'll be doing another one of her talks where she'll be gathering public comments and so forth. It's virtual and it's also in person in Washington, D.C. That will be on Revolutionary War history. And season 11 actually has some couple episodes are about New Jersey, Revolutionary War. I know she was in Perth Amboy. She's in Morristown. She's down in Monmouth, I believe, Battlefield, and in Princeton as well, in Trenton. So New Jersey representing there in season 11 with Travels with Darley. She also has a great program specifically for New Jersey called Look Up with Darley, and her last episode was in Asbury Park. There was 2 episodes in Newark, and that's specifically for New Jersey PBS. So that's a separate show that she's doing for them. So if you can set those DVRs, kind of do a search for that. It's a real fun program. And also our friends over at Maxim Motor Cars. Unfortunately, I don't have my slide here laid up, but Maxim Motor Cars out in Dover, New Jersey, conveniently located off of Route 15. Maxim Motor Cars LLC.com is going to be the website if you're looking for a quality used vehicle. All right, so we got the sponsors out of the way. We thank all of them. We'll hopefully be adding some more in the immediate future. Our friends over at Cinder's restaurant out in Mine Hill, Morris County, are wanting to talk to us as well. So we're going to do that after the new year and see where.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to do a meet and greet there, right? Like Tommy Cutlet's meet and greet.
Tommy
Come out, meet Bizzle.
I think Tommy Cutlass is going to get significantly more money than either one of the three of us will be getting.
His agent tried. He tried to bamboozle one restaurant.
I did see that. It was some restaurant. Where is it? Morris County somewhere? That he was
I believe so. Yeah.
And
all of a sudden, the price jumped about 10 grand. Surprise.
First of all,
we're much more affordable than that. You can get all 3 of us for less than that
for a sandwich,
for a steak dinner.
We work for pizza.
Exactly. We'll work for just coffee. That's all.
It's funny because I was just having this conversation last night with my neighbor last night when I came back, and first of all, if I'm Tommy Cudlitz, hell, I don't even remember his last name. If it's just Tommy Cudlitz now, oops, sorry, but. If I'm this guy, look, I've never been in that sports world, never made any kind of money in my life at all. But I mean, you got to show some good faith. It's like, I would have been like, I'll just do it for nothing. You just sit there, it's 2 hours for signing. And honestly, after last week's disaster, it's lucky this guy even gets signed at all by the Giants next season, or he gets picked up by anybody, because, Daniel Jones is coming back for $40 million, a year.
And that's like a whole other topic. It makes me so mad that all sports players, not just football players, but baseball players, get paid such stupid money to play a sport. Like, think about what you could do with that money. Think about I forget which player it was. He was signed on for 10 years and he got several $100 million.
I think he's Ohtani.
It's Shohei Ohtani, with the Dodgers.
Why? It drives me
think
insane.
part of that is sort of payback for just getting to that point. If you reach, especially with baseball players going through, the minor league system and then signing that first big contract, and then the years that it took you to get there. I agree. I mean,
it's like, how much good could you do in the community with that kind of money?
100%. Right. And then the fans, it's unaffordable for a family of 4 to go to a pro sports game.
To see the game.
But I think
you're looking at Yankee Stadium, it's several $100s just off the bat. If you want, if you could sit in the nosebleed seats all the way,
or you can sit in the bleachers with Dizzle and the bleacher creatures.
The bleacher creatures.
Nosebleed section, I'm way up in the cheap seats. You got to be kidding me. I mean, it's first of all, crazy. I mean, for sports like football and let's say basketball, and this is going to sound really crazy, but they're really kind of made for TV, just because that 16:9 format, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's fairly comfortable to watch a football game and not be out there in the elements unless you're really a hardcore, you're fireman ed or whatever the case is. But I mean, the parking alone is like, it's got to be close to $50 at MetLife Stadium. And first of all, MetLife Stadium is one of the ugliest buildings like on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is just awful looking, and it just doesn't befit the money that Woody Johnson has with the Jets and the Maras have with the Giants. I mean, the Jets tried to put a West Side Stadium and that got blocked, but I mean, you could have done something better than what the look of that is to begin with. And until the fans stop coming, they're just going to, I mean, they're still able to pay it. And then it's also the regional sports networks too.
Right.
I mean, it's a joke how much they charge for either Yes or SNY. It's like $25, $30 a month just for the one channel.
Right.
It's expensive.
To quote the great almighty Bud Fox, you don't sell a seat to a guy for $79 when he's willing to pay $279.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go, GG. You got it.
There you go, GG.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
With union concessions.
That's Blue Star.
Well, I'll never forget. I got tickets the first year Citi Field opened, and my dad was a diehard Mets fan. Like, didn't miss a game. And I remember going, and it was discounted tickets because I worked for the CW, and they were giving them away because it was the brand new stadium, and we were all working essentially for CW. And I said to him, I said, Dad, I got these tickets for new Citi Field. You got to come with me. Let's go. And he's like, nah, I'm all right. I'll watch it on TV. It's a better seat. And it's like, he wasn't wrong. Like, he wasn't wrong. He had the best seat in the house, which is at home and comfortable.
Yeah. Well, the thing with the NFL is that, a lot of these guys are looking for guaranteed money because it's a different kind of contract than in baseball or basketball or hockey, where it's a little more guaranteed for the most part. But I mean, a lot of times NFL, you're not guaranteed anything and you get hit and that's it. They don't owe you anything. That's why Daniel Jones is making $40 million a season, because he's got a good agent and they sign him on. But I mean, is Daniel Jones really worth $40 million a year? No. I mean, who is? I mean, it's just a marketplace and what it's willing to pay. And I guess they'll reassess after this. But look, I mean, this guy DeVito, you got to be kidding me. I mean, I would have told that agent, take a heist somewhere. I mean, you got me to this point, but you got to be kidding me. I'm getting killed. I mean,
but I like his green suit. His green suit.
We do like dude, the whole
thing is a great
story. It's
fantastic.
Love
but the problem is that a story like this, with this guy going to sign in some restaurant in the middle of Morris County where 3/4 of the country has no idea where he's even at,
right,
supersedes everything he's done at this point, because they're looking at him like, wow, this guy's a real tool. I mean, like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, really? Just sign the damn autographs. I mean, I know they're paying for it and stuff like that, and he's getting a little bit of a cut, but the guy lives at home. His mother makes his damn bed. Like, what kind of money does this kid need? I mean, and that's the problem.
Maybe he's looking to move out.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the rent is high here in New Jersey.
The money he made off
rent is too damn high.
Well, the $20,000 that he made off the event that he actually did go to, I'm sure that could easily pay for rent for 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is Jersey, bro. That's a half a year.
Well, yeah, no, you're right about that. Yeah,
I
mean, unless he's moving to Hoboken and looking over the waterfront or something like that, like Eli Manning. But it's just the optics is bad. You got to be kidding me. Just enough. I mean, he would have gotten more money, more publicity, better, whatever, if he just said, "Look, let's do it for nothing." These are kids. These are like 8-year-old kids that are coming in. Look at me. He's played what, like 5 games his entire career? He's 5 games this guy's played or whatever it is, and now he's looking for $20,000. Please, you can keep Tommy DeVito and his look.
Well, we hit a nerve. We struck a nerve.
We struck a nerve. We struck a nerve.
Well, it's just, you know what? I mean, some of these athletes, they got to stand up for themselves and stop going with the agent. I mean,
dude, that'll never happen.
I'm just saying, stop letting the agents speak for them.
Oh yeah,
that's the part. I mean, you have to have an agent in the business, but stop speaking for him. I mean, you got a mouth, you got a brain, so do it. I mean, to scramble his brains, as you said, scrambled eggs on Sunday, but come on. Yeah. It's trying to sniff little kids at some restaurant or whatever, and then saying that's just the worst. but we'll work for a free stay.
I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at Dizzle opining.
And
Opining.
Santa hat.
And
Exactly.
the Santa hat, yeah. Good cheer, right? Good cheer.
Very good cheer. Jolly good fellow.
Jolly good fellow, good
Jolly
cheer.
good
Well, he's not getting my money, although the Jets probably will be stupid enough to sign him as a backup quarterback next year because they don't have anybody. Maybe me and you could probably play better than
Dude,
Zach Wilson.
I'm ready to sling the pigskin.
There you go. Put him in, coach. Put him in.
Put me in.
That's it. Blow a hammy before you just getting to the bench. It's like, jeez, I blew a hammy. Oh God, it's over. Unbelievable.
My sciatica.
Sciatica. Sciatica. Where'd you go? Sciatica. Jesus. All right. So Kimberly says, good morning from Belmar.
Oh, man.
Let's see what Frankie says. It says, I watch him going to the shop. Right. Love you guys and Rockaway. So nice little audience there. Faith says, love this one. Jane says, oh man, I miss you guys. I guess it's the caffeine kicking in. Bobby says, good morning. Good morning to you, Bob. Let's see here. We've got Bob says, hey James, when can you expect some snow in Rockaway, New Jersey? Well, go ahead, fire away.
Yeah, not for at least the next couple of weeks, and I think we'll get some as compared to last year where we had none. But it's quiet through Christmas.
Okay.
We'll see. Christmas week into New Year's, which is a big ski vacation week. A lot of folks wanting to get some runs in. So hopefully we get some for them, for folks at Mountain Creek.
Okay.
Look, I'm not anti-snow. I just don't want it by me. Let it snow in Sussex. If you live in Sussex, if you live in Rockaway, if you live in Morris County, you live up there, you probably like snow.
Yeah.
And you probably live there because you like that. So
I just don't want to shovel it.
I hope you get all the fill in the world, and then we have that sharp cutoff right at the river.
Yeah.
And south of there,
it's all rain.
I don't need it.
It's all rain.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rosemary says, good morning. I just tagged the hubby so he knows where to find you. Thank you there. Nice. We're going to run through a couple more of these. And then I want to show one of those trailers, Kay, that you sent over, just some entertainment stuff. Then we'll hit you, G, for the last weather. Danny, I can't even read. Danny, good morning, South Plainfield. We've got good morning from New Brunswick, Canada. Wow,
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, hey now,
Canada.
All right. Let's see here. We've got Jane says, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Same to you. Let's see here. Mailman Don says, so glad I found you guys. New 12 not the same without you guys. We appreciate the good words. Good morning to God be the glory, Vicky. Okay. We've got Patricia. Good morning, Justin. I guess he's saying good morning to Justin. All right. So good morning, Justin, I should say. Hi from White House Station. That's where Jane is. Janet is in Sparta. So greetings there. We got a comment about Tommy DeVito. Oh boy, here we go. It may have been that Tommy DeVito didn't know about the negotiations. His agent may have gotten greedy.
Sure.
True.
True. Totally agree with that. But I mean, there's too much information out there. I mean, even if he's 21 or whatever he is, 22, 23, whatever. Come on. I mean, you've seen the stories before. Nobody's his parents or whatever. I mean, the father is just all amped up as much.
He really has a good point. He went back to the restaurant in Morristown unannounced.
Nice.
Yeah, really? Okay. Fair. Yeah. I take that back. Fair.
Yeah.
Good on Tommy Cutlets. Good for him. He's a
fine young man.
He's a fine young man. That's right. Colleen, are you doing this every morning? Merry Christmas. Not quite sure. We'll retool after the first of the year.
We got to check with our agents.
We'll see where we're going.
Retool.
We got to check with our agents on that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's check in with Sean Stiletto. Let's see if we can get us a good deal at the restaurant Morristown.
You need that green suit. Yes, where he got it.
Maybe we should do the show from. We should do the show from that restaurant in Morristown. If you're watching, let us know. We'll come out and do it for a soda and a dinner.
Not even just a coffee.
That's it. Good morning from good morning, fam. Sky, Warren, Spotter, Ken. Is our friend the Crossing Guard post in Fairlawn. Great to tune in for the rush. Hoping everyone has an amazing holiday. Thank you. Again, we salute the service of our crossing guards. DeVito made good on it. Probably more the agent than him. Look, either way,
we'll probably never know.
It doesn't matter. He still made good on it. So
exactly. Good for him.
I absolutely agree with that. Ken says, let's see, I agree. This Goodfellas wannabe will ruin the kid's career before it really takes off. He's be canned immediately. Well, yeah, it was more about the agent than anything else. Steve Cass, one of our former colleagues. Graphic Steve there. Good to see him. We got Susan here. Greens from Howell. Awesome to see you three. Merry Christmas. Let's see. I think you know the next one really well, G. how cold will be in the city today.
Oh yeah, they got. I think they got theater tickets today. So,
Oh.
so again, we're
Yeah.
talking about chilly temperatures, cold this morning, this
Matinee.
afternoon, 30s
Yeah.
to near 40. Yeah.
Okay. What does Frank says? Says some of us are stuck in Rockaway because other half is connected to her parents' hip. I have no idea what that is.
That sounds like an issue. We
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So we got hi, Alan from South Plainfield. My wife, Danny, short for Daniela. Great job, Christina. There you go. All right, Kay, you got it. This should be a continual morning show. I had no idea Don was pure Jersey.
What?
Thomas.
Yeah.
What?
Don
Same
Okay.
thing with K-Bear.
Jersey.
I'm an
Jersey
elite
Jersey
transplant.
Don.
And Jane is saying Thomas Shaw Jr. I was thinking the same thing. I guess that was replying to someone else's comment. All right. So let's talk about this. Which one you want to do, Kay? You want to do, well, first of all, we'll do a real,
We got a fast track here. We're burning
Yeah.
daylight.
Yeah, I know. So we'll do this one quick. We'll save the other two trailers for the next show. So let me just take out the hold on a second. Operator error here. Hold on. Where's Matty Wise?
I could just don't play the trailers. I could just run down what we got. Do you want me to do that?
I was gonna play the clip from Bruce Willis.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah.
That
So
might be
all right.
another whole topic for a show.
yeah. We'll quickly hit this because we're gonna go here in about 3 minutes. So I'll play this first.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
I fully agree. I did a whole story on this the other day, and it was like, it's the whole Taylor ham versus pork roll,
Right.
Debate. This is the debate every single year in our house about Die Hard being a Christmas movie and not being a Christmas movie. I'm team not Christmas movie. My husband is team Christmas movie. And let us know what you think on social media.
Yeah, leave us the comments and post it up. Yeah, I agree. It's not a Christmas movie. G, what do you think?
I thought you were team Christmas movie. Okay.
No, not with this.
Not in the traditional sense, but I mean,
Alright,
who
thank
doesn't
you.
like Nakatomi Plaza?
Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
Oh God.
Nothing this Christmas like Hans Gruber blowing up a building.
Alan Rickman, his beard. There you
Yeah.
go. Put it on the side of the building.
He's like a ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. That's fantastic. All right, so post up your comments there to that.
Yeah.
We'll hit those in our next show, and we'll talk about the movie trailers in the next one. So we got about 2 more minutes. So G, you want to do a little out the door kind of deal here? I don't want to use the
It's beautiful this morning, guys. We got tons of sunshine, nice big area, high pressure, nothing to worry about. What I do want to do is fast forward a little bit and jump right in towards Christmas and get that Christmas forecast here. So that's actually after Christmas. Let me rewind here a few hours here. So let me bring it to about 150 hours out. So essentially, this is the day after Christmas, and it's still quiet, so there's nothing to worry about then, which is fantastic. So we're looking good in that regard. Let me rewind a little bit more, and essentially Christmas Day, that's Christmas Day night. There is some rain out to the west. If you're traveling through the upper Midwest, maybe jumping on 80, getting into Ohio and Indiana, you do have some rain. That's actually rain. That's not snow. So we're talking about a Christmas Day high of about 49, 50 degrees.
That's pretty good.
Great. Yeah, that's fantastic. And look, that's Christmas Day. So no isobars, really widespread. There are a couple that are spread out thanks to that area of high pressure. So that is Christmas afternoon, and we are looking fantastic here.
Awesome.
So just a quick rundown here. A lot of folks will be traveling, huge travel day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Obviously. So we're good. We're quiet into Christmas. We'll see if some of that rain that's in the upper Midwest by the day after, by the 26th, kind of migrates in our direction, but it's wet, it's not white, and therefore we're solid. So snow lovers, sorry, but again, travelers would probably be happy that we have a quiet weather Christmas.
Good.
Because it's brutal traveling as it is.
Yeah, this is true. And then also doing the shopping for the rest of this week and into the weekend, so it should be pretty good. So good stuff there. So not sure when our next show will be. I think we're going to wait till after the new year. We're going to kind of recharge ourselves. So I want to thank everybody for joining us for the couple episodes that we've done. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Tri-State Traffic Show on YouTube. That is where we really need all of your help. Definitely post the comments. Definitely hit the like button on the videos as well. It's all these crazy algorithms from YouTube that I have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's supposed to do something. I'm not sure. You see every YouTube video I watch and they all say the same thing. So follow Christina on her Instagram. Same thing with G on the Facebook pages. Mine is Odon Traffic. And then again, look for that Tri-State Traffic Show on YouTube. Well, guys, it was another fun episode here this morning. Wow, we're actually ending on time. Look at that.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? You know what
How
I just did, guys? I just started my car off the app here. So
Look at you.
Oh, look at
Look
you.
at you.
it's going to be time to get
Fancy
after it.
kitty.
Grab a cup of coffee and boom, out the door.
I think that's
I wish I had that luxury.
I know. I'm gonna go out and start up the 87 Yugo. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
takes a couple
Okay.
cranks in order to get that thing started.
Get a full start.
The pull
Have a
start.
Merry Christmas, you guys. Merry
Yes,
Christmas.
Yeah,
Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas.
Happy
Merry
New Year,
Christmas to everyone.
exactly.
Have a happy and safe holiday.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So again, like, subscribe to the show. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.